the book of First Esdras chapter 8 verse 7. It says, for Esdras had very great skill, so that he omitted nothing of the law and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but taught all Israel the ordinance and judgments. Okay, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the alchemists that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, this video will be edifying, okay, first and foremost to the hopeful elect, all right? And then to those that cleave into the body, all right? As I brought the scripture out in Esdras, okay, I want to go over a video basically about how, you know, men decide or decipher through the law on what it is they want to omit, okay? It's basically about this, which I'm going to go to in Matthew 23 and 23, man. All right? Now, we know we're not to add or diminish out of the word of the Lord, all right? So, understanding thereon, you should pay attention to how you building, all right, and what you teaching and doing, man, all right? Because everybody won't beat the law across everybody's head. Oh, the law, the law, the law, all right? And in this video, I'm going to show you that, all right, not only because we died, I mean, because Yahushua died, all right, we no longer, you know, bound under the law, but under grace, and we're going to get the understanding of that, man, all right? Because a lot of people use certain tactics and get-arounds and, you know, whatever you want to call it, man, to basically, you know, basically get from under the scrutiny of the law or what comes with the law, all right? But in order to, to know what the law is justified in, you got to be what? Familiar with it, man, okay? You got to be not just familiarized with the law, man, but you got to be learned, man, all right? You can't be unstable and wrestling at it, all right? So this is Matthew 23 and 23. It says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. All right. So destruction to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. All right. And we know the scribes and Pharisees at that time was Israelites. All right. Now, did you have some Pharisees that was righteous? Of course. Did you have some scribes that was righteous? Of course. Did you have some scribes that were wicked? Of course. And some Pharisees that was of Israel that was wicked? Of course. It says, for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. You see? So, though yet they pay tithes, as our people do today, they omit the weightier matters of the law, man. All right? And a lot of different camps is a discrepancy with the law, all right? All right, you know, the law, we got to do the law of the Most High. But, hey, if you don't understand Judges 5 and 11, I believe that is, man, then you going to be automatically lost in the law, in the sauce, man, about the law, all right? You going to be living your life, governing yourself with the law of the Most High, not understanding that if you offend in one thing, you offend in all. Matter of fact, let me get that. There's James 2 and 10. It says, for whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. All right, now we know anybody that's saying you're justified in the law, we know right now that every person that say that will say that, all right, well, you know, I don't keep the whole law, I offend in something, all right? So when you offend in one thing, you're offending in all, okay? So now the law is made what? Null and void to you now. All right. So if you justify yourself in the law, though yet you sin, what is the law to you now? All right. What is there to justify yourself in? All right. Okay. So you got to understand the liberty of the law. All right. Which is in fact, all right, that's what escaped most people that deals with the law, all right, the liberty of the law. And as the brothers, I was talking to the elder brother today, man, you know, it just came over my spirit to just do this video, man. And I'm going to get into some precepts, all right, showing that we don't omit the weightier matters of the law, though yet other people do, man. And we, being a men of the law, the sincere men of the Lord, man, understanding how to basically see the law or view the law in this aspect. Salaki. Basically able to what? Being teachers in a doctrine, all right? Teachers of the law. You got to know the law, man. Okay? So let's go into it. Back in Matthew 23 and 23. Salaki. So let's get that, let's get that basis or that fundamental set. If you offending one thing, you offending all right? So now let's see how you ought to please God if you can't keep the law. Okay? It says, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These are ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. All right? So they look for the law, but what about mercy? What about judgment? Because I'll be like, I'm going to use an example. They'll say, well, particular men will say, well, you don't have your fringes on. All right? Now, if you don't have your fringes on, okay, do that make you all around the board wicked? All right? You don't have your fringes on. And the same person that may be telling you that may have on mixed fabrics. All right? So now, though yet one can say one thing to another, then those people, they will have to understand that we can't keep the law wholeheartedly. Okay? Now, what you can keep, you must keep. All right? Just because we under grace should we sin, the Most High forbid. No, man. All right? But also, you got to use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how to utilize the law. Remember, we are in captivity. All right? So we can't keep the law 100%. We can't put a homosexual to death. All right? On the spot. All right? So it's things that have to get omitted in the law due to the law of the land. Okay? But that which is of the Most High, you do keep. All right? You reverence the Sabbath to the best of your ability. Okay? You reverence all the laws towards your brother, and that which the Most High hold you in contempt for if you don't do, man. You see? So you don't leave the others undone. And when you tell somebody, well, look, you can't keep all of the law, okay? Somebody without the proper understanding, they're gonna look at you like you got four heads, man. All right, because they don't have the understanding of how the law is observed in this day and hour, man. Okay, but I'm gonna prove that through scriptures. All right, so this 2 Peter, and the reason why they don't have it, because what, they stumble at it, man. This 2 Peter 3 and 16. It says, and as also in all his epistles, all right, this Paul, okay, speaking in them of these things, and which are some things are hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, which is wrestle, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. Okay, so they, by them wrestling with the law, not understanding you can't keep the law, you offending one, you offending all things. Okay, it caused them to what? Rest, which is, when you go into that word rest,
Strong's G 4761, streblao.
It says to twist or turn away. To torture, put the right metaphor, to prevent one who wrests or tortures language in a false sense. All right. So it's the what? To twist. All right. So they get it twisted on how the law, the extremities of the law, okay, the grace, the distance of the law of liberty, the grace, all right, the law of fate. They don't have the understanding of this. All this coincides with the law today, the actual law, man. That's on the tables. But this is the root word.
Strong's G 4762. Streffel. Streffel.
It says to turn or turn around. So when they wrestling, they are turning around from the original way of how it go. To turn oneself, to turn the back to one, of one who no longer cares for another. You see? So when you just beat a man across the head, the law, the law, the law, you got to do the law, the law, the law, the law. All right? You basically not caring for that man's life because the law kill it. And we going to go into it showing that the law kill it, man. Okay? Now, what I mean by that, we going to explain it through scriptures, all right? Understanding that the law is not going to get you put to death, all right? But we're going to go into precepts to get the full, thorough understanding of it. Now, this is the metaphor to turn oneself from one's course of conduct, i.e. to change one's mind, all right? So, like, if case in point example, all right? You know, and this comes from, you know, much learning, man, and growing and growth, okay? When you first come in, the truth, you know, you're trying to keep the Sabbath perfect. You know, you're trying to do all these things, man, until you start to get the expanded knowledge with the word. You start to understand how this word is manifest and what is set to do, man. Okay? Your liberty inside of the law. Okay? What is the extension of your grace period? All right? Where it top out at, where it bottoms out at. Okay? So let's get it. It's on 2 Corinthians 10. And I'm going to start at 7. It says, do ye look on the outward things? Do ye look on the things after the outward appearance? Men who want to justify themselves in the law, that's all they do. Well, why you doing this? Why you ain't doing that? All right. When you gonna understand, once again, what the law do, all right, and how you supposed to observe it. It says, if any man trust to himself that he is the Mashiach Yahushua, meaning if you could keep all the law like he came, okay, didn't he come perfect? Let him of himself think this again. So rethink your mind. Remember, you turning your mind away, man, thinking you could walk perfectly like Yahushua did. That as he is the Mashiach Yahushua, even so are we the Mashiach Yahushuas. For though I should boast somewhat more of our authority, which the Lord had given us for edification, for building up, and not for your destruction. So the Lord gave us the law to build you up, but not to destroy you or break you down. I should not be ashamed. Right here is about to say that I may not seem as if I would terrify you by letters. You see? Because a lot of men will be turned away, you know, by your hammering down or the penalty of the law you putting on them, man. All right? Understanding that the penalty of the law been stretched out, all right, to those who don't use occasion of liberty by the flesh, all right, but through the spirit. It says, for his letters say they are weighty and powerful. You see? But his bodily presence is weak and his speech contemptible. But the point in being, Salaki. But the point in being is letters say they are weighty and powerful. So a lot of weight and power come through these words, man. All right. A lot of people are turned away from the words or turned on to the words, man. All right. By such depth and volume that comes in it, man. All right. So as teachers, we ought to know how we ought to teach, man. Okay. How we ought to lead a man to milk or lead a man to this water, all right, that he may drink freely. Okay. Let me get this word weighty right here. I just want to get it. You see? This the word weighty.
Strong's G 926. Barus. Barus.
Heavy in weight. Metaphor, burdensome, severe, stern, weighty, of a great moment, violent, cruel, unsparing, grievous, weighty, heavy, burdensome. Okay, so this can be what? Severe on a man's mental, man, especially a man who haven't been all the way learned or unstable or wrestling with something, you see, or it's heavy in weight. That's why I say take up on my burden, for my burden is light. All right, that load you have to carry. All right, and that load being what? The law, pertaining to the law and everything that comes inside of the law, man. Really through the works and the faith. That's the bulk of the law, the works and the faith, because the law itself is basically impossible to keep. All right, but the work and the faith is more than possible of doing, man. All right, the Lord have given us the strength to do this, do the work and have the faith, man. All right, but the law on this side is just a shadow of things to come, man. All right, and I'm gonna get that. Matter of fact, this Salaki. Colossians 2 and 17. Matter of fact, I'll start at 14. It says, I'll start at 13. It says, and you being dead in your sins and the uncircumcision of your flesh, had he quickened together with him, having forgiven you all trespasses, blotting out the handwriting of the ordinance that was against us. Because see, at a point of time, the handwriting of the ordinance that was against us, because the Lord had the angels put the laws on the tablets of stone. You see, that was the handwriting. It said it was written with the hand of the Lord, man. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to get that. Okay. Written with the finger of the Lord, Salaki. This is Exodus 31 and 18. This and he gave unto Moses when he made an end of communion with him upon Mount Sinai 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone written with the finger of God. All right, so back in Colossians 2 and 14, it says, blotting out the handwriting of the ordinance that was against us. And the reason why the law was against us, because what? We couldn't keep it, man. Okay? We couldn't keep the law. All right? So that made it what? Contrary to the Most High, man. All right? What we kept doing, why the Lord kept on taking us in out of power, putting us in captivity, man, throughout all these different captivities, because we couldn't keep the law. We couldn't maintain the law, man. All right. It says, which was contrary to us. See, it was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to the cross. So Yahushua, all right, came for that extension, came to be that extension of the law, man. Okay. And he took it out of the way, nailing it to the cross. Now, did he do away with the law? No. When you go to Matthew 5 and 17, okay? No, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law to all be fulfilled. So you still got to understand how you got to deal within the law, okay? Though yet we can't keep it. It says, and having spoiled principalities and powers, he made a show of them openly, triumphing over them in it. Okay? Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of an holy day or in a new moon or the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come. But the body is of the Mashiach Yahushua. You see? Matter of fact, that word shadow. Lock. Right. And you go on a strong definition for that word shadow is a darkness of error, of adumbration, man. Okay? So it's a shade caused by the interception of the light, with the light being a law. All right, but it was shaded. You see? But still, it's just a shadow of things to come, which is the law. It's just a shadow of what's to actually come, man. All right, when we able to be whole or have it whole, able to keep the law wholeheartedly, man, through immortality. You see? But I'm gonna go back to Salaki. Go back to what that is. So 2 Corinthians 10 and Salaki. 2 Corinthians 3. Oh, that's 3. And 6. It says, who also had made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter, but of the spirit. For the letter kill it, but the spirit give it life. You see? So what the letter goes into, okay? The letter goes into the epistles, the words, all right? The law, okay? What's is in the law? The letters, man. It says, but the spirit give it life, all right? So understanding that the spirit give you the life, man. The letter kill it, man. All right? Because it's what? We can't keep it. We can't do it, man. All right? Trying to keep the law in this society, you basically, it'll be suicidal to you, man. Okay? I'm going to jump down to 10. It says, for even that which was made glorious had no glory in this respect, which was the law. Because the law is glorious, man. Hey, the Paul told us that the law is good if it be what? The law is good if it be. So let me get that. I don't want to paraphrase it. It says, but we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully, man. Right? The law is holy and the commandment holy, is just and good. You see? So let me go back. It says, for that which is done away was glorious, all right? Much more that which remaineth is glorious. You see? So much more of that which remaineth, which is the Mashiach Yahushua, man. You see? It says, for that which is Salaki. I meant to read 10 first. It says, for even that which was made glorious had no glory in this respect, by reason of the glory that excelleth. And what excels the law to today is Yahushua. He was made the law, man. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that word excelleth right there. Strong. I'm jumping the gun.
Strong's G 5235. Hupermalo. Hupermalo.
It says to surpass in throwing, to throw over or beyond anything. All right. So Yahweh Shah came that he may be the law, be made the law through him. It says in John 1:17, it says, by the law came Moses, all right, but through the Mashiach Yahweh Shah came what? Mercy came. Matter of fact, gotta get that. I'm gonna paraphrase it, man. I'm gonna get it. This John 1:17. It says, for the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by the Mashiach Yahweh Shah. You see? So it says to surpass and throwing, to throw over or beyond anything, to transcend, surpass, exceed, excel. So it never said that it done away with it, but what it did, it says it transcended it, man. All right? Yahweh Shah transcended the law. Okay? He surpassed it because now we go through what? We are covered by the grace now, man. All right? Which the law could never be done away with. It says anything that the Lord did, going to Ecclesiastes, I think it's 3:14. If the Lord done it, he did it forever, man. It says excelling or exceedingly, man. Exceeding. It says to throw, the strong definition, beyond the usual mark. The usual mark, a mark is something that's marked down, is forever. All right? The Lord did the law forever. Okay? So the Lord Yahweh Shah went a step beyond the law because he came, kept the law. He was the law in the flesh. To pass. Okay? This the root for it. It says to throw or let go of a thing without caring where it falls, to scatter, to throw, to cast into, to give one's care uncertain about the result of floors or that's something different. It's a locket. But it says, for if that which is done away was glorious, which is the law, because the law is glorious. And if something be done away with, how can it be compared to as glorious? Much more that which remaineth is glorious. So moreover, Yahweh Shah, which remaineth, all right, is more glorious, man. It says saying that we have such hope, man. Okay? And use that plainness of speech. And not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which was abolished, all right, which was the law. But their minds were blinded, for until this day remained that same veil and taken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away with in the Mashiach Yahweh Shah, man. All right? So now the Lord is that spirit, and whereby the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. That way the grace come into place at, man, for what he did. You see? But let's get Romans 7:6. It says, but now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held. See? We were held. All right? So how can Paul say he been delivered from the law when we are under the law, man? When everybody going to terminology, man, look, man, the law, man. You can't teach the law. All right? Should we, but according to I believe that's Sirach 15:20, all right, that the law gave no man license to sin. You see, it says, but we are delivered from the law. So do that mean we don't keep the law? God forbid, man. Do we sin because we under grace? God forbid. That being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in the newness of spirit and not in the oldness of the letter. You see? So that, that condemns all the doctrines that's out here, man. That's saying that all the men that's going around saying the law, man. Hey, you don't know how the way the law function today, man, or what's going on, man. It says, what shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. You see? All right. This Galatians 3, and I'm gonna read 23. It says, but before faith came, we were kept under the law. See, now we under that law of faith. All right. So brothers, go look that up. What Paul speak about, man, the law of faith. All right. It says, we were kept under the law, shut up into the faith which should afterwards be revealed. All right. Because you got to have faith that the Mashiach came and died in the flesh, man. It was rose 3 days later. All right. And I know they always say that in the church world shit, but they don't really get the understanding of that. They don't know what he arose for, what he died for. They don't know anything. It says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us into the Mashiach Yahushua. Well, wait a minute. All right. When you go to school to graduate, get your diploma to get you to go where you going at. But what? You no longer go back to school. You don't go do 12 years of school no more, man, once you completed the 12th grade, man. You see? So why I say, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster, meaning was is past tense, man. It's supposed to be present. It's supposed to say, wherefore the law is our schoolmaster, if we was kept under it, to bring us unto the Mashiach Yahushua, which we're under the law, all right, by grace, that we might be justified by faith. You see? Let me go into this word schoolmaster. Now, you got to get the understanding of how the law works, man. Okay? It says a tutor. All right? So, we was under a tutor until the time a boss, tutor, Salaki. All right? It says to lead, to take with one. All right, let me read through that. To lead, guide, direct. All right. To pass a day. To go. All right. Salaki. Right, man. Because it says in it says we's under governors and tutors to the time appointed, which are teachers, you know. But you can liken that into the law as well, man. All right. Let me see. Where we at? 3. Salaki. This Galatians 3 and 25. It says, but after that faith has come. So once you get the faith of understanding, you under the law according to grace, all right, and how to utilize that grace, okay? It says we are no longer under that schoolmaster. See, we no longer under the law, all right, but under grace. But under that grace, we still got to obey the law, to be obedient to the law. You see, to the best of our ability, of course. Okay, some people think that the law is going to save you, but it's not, and I'm going to prove that. All right. I'm about to prove that right here. This Galatians 2 and 16. A lot of people believe we got to just keep the law, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law. You see? So if the works of the law, meaning what you doing to receive benefits from something, man. When you go to work, you go do the duty. You got to do every day to get a paycheck at the end of the end game. All right. So it says, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law. So if you working in the law and just telling everybody, hey, man, keep the law. Just go do the law, man. And the law is going to save you. All right. It says you're not justified by that, man. But by the faith of the Mashiach Yahushua. Even we have believed in the Mashiach Yahushua that we might be justified by the faith of the Mashiach Yahushua and not by the works of the law. Okay, this Paul speaking here to the Galatians. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. Hey, that just killed any man whole doctrine who just talking about the law. You just go do the law. Everything gonna be good. The law gonna bless you, man. How when you cannot do the whole law? Going back to the first beginning of the video. If you offend in one thing, you offend the whole law, man. You see? And if Jake out here teaching that, man, the law gonna destroy you, man. This Galatians 2:19, it says, for I through the law am dead to the law. Well, how through the law could you be dead to the law? If the law give you life or support to save your life, how can you then be dead to it, man? It says that I might live unto God. You see? You got to be dead to the law, all right? And be under the grace that you might live into the Lord, man. But people would think, okay, well, I don't got to do none of the law then. Which scriptures already tell you the Lord ain't you. No, you got to keep the law, man, to the best of your ability, all right? But you're not going to get out of here by the law, okay? It's going to be by your works and your faith. It says, I am crucified with the Mashiach Yahushua, nevertheless I live. All right? Yet not I, but the Mashiach liveth in me, the spirit, and the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of the Most High, man. All right? It ain't say by the Lord of the Most High, who loved me and gave himself for me. All right? I do not frustrate the grace of the Most High. You see? Because a lot of men out here frustrate the grace of the Most High, all right, trying to just pound the letter of the law that kill it, man. The letter kill it, man. But the spirit give it life. You see? For if righteousness come by the law, then the Mashiach is dead in vain. Because what? He died for the unrighteousness, man. All right? That we may be righteous. You see? So you got to understand the whole, the end game, man, of this thing, man. And this word frustrate.
Strong's G 114, atheteo. Atheteo.
It says to do away with, to set aside, to disregard, to thwart the efficacy of anything, to nullify, make void, to reject, to refuse, the slight. All right? So, to despise, reject, bring to nothing, disannul, or cast off. Okay? Set aside. So, say, I do not frustrate the grace of the Most High, which is the law. By the law cometh grace, man. You see? So, we don't cast that aside. For if righteousness come by the law, then the Mashiach is dead in vain, man. You see? Because he died, though yet he kept the entire law, man. So why didn't he die if he kept the entire law, man? Okay? This Hebrews 7 and 19. It says, for there is verily a disannulling of the commandment going before the weakness and unprofitableness thereof. It says, for the law made nothing perfect. Well, wait a minute. I thought the law supposed to make you whole. It's supposed to perfect the law for the Lord for you, man. It says, for the law made nothing perfect. All right. And can the law get up and do itself? Or do people act out the law or do the law? So made nothing perfect, meaning it made nobody perfect, man. Okay? But the bringing in of a better hope did when a Mashiach Yahushua came in, man. By the which we draw nigh to the Most High through our faith and works, man. All right? Not by who could keep the law the best, man. All right? Who keeping the Sabbath day the best? Who keeping the fringes on the best, all right? Who not doing it? No, man. Okay? This Hebrews 12 and 1. It says, wherefore sin we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. Let us lay aside every weight, I'm going to get that word, and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience a race that is set before us, man. So set aside your shortcomings, your transgressions, and your overall salaki, okay, and your overall mind that gonna basically hold you back, man, or beat you down, man. All right, when you break the law, because we can't keep the law wholeheartedly, man. And let us run with patience the race that is set before us. And I won't get that word wait right now. Okay.
Strong's G 3591. Agkas. Agkas.
It says whatever is prominent, protuberance, bulk, or mass. Hence, a burden or weight, encumbrance, man. All right. So the law will be a burden to a man that don't have the knowledge that through his faith and works he's going to get saved, man. All right. Not through the works of the law, which we are basically dead to, because why? We can't keep it wholeheartedly, man. All right. It says a mass as bending or bulging by its load, i.e. a burden of weight. Okay. And it tell you, in Matthew 11 and 30, it says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light, man. You see? So the way to the Mashiach Yahweh Shah, man, is through your faith by your works, man. Or your works by your faith, man. All right? And not as in the law, man. But once again, and I gotta get this, because they're gonna say, oh yeah, he said we don't gotta keep the law, man. We don't understand. No, man. All right. This Judges 5 and 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water. All right. An archer is one that shoot at you. Can liken that, that's an enemy, man. Okay. And the drawing waters is the place where our captivity is at, man. No man can keep their law or do that which their power require, which all the nation have gods, but there's only one God, that's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. We would never be able to keep the law wholeheartedly, man, in our captivity. Okay? That's another telltale sign. All right? It says, they there in our captivity shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of the villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah go down to the gates, man. So there in our captivity, we're going to rehearse the righteous acts, man. Okay? Okay? There we're going to rehearse the righteous acts, man. And hell, man. Okay? The places of drawing waters, man. It's locking. I want to try to get that word rehearsed. Yes, sir. Yep. So yeah, man, that's where, the story begins and ends at, man. With the law, man. Everybody got the law, the law, the law, the law. But man, hey, we must understand the law to teach the law, man. All right? And hey, remember not to omit the weightier matters of the law, man, because it is pivotal and crucial to, which the law requires that we keep, man, to the best of our ability, man. So do so, man. All right? Through prayer and faith, man. And until the next time, I want to say shalom.